So this is Euro-dollar analysis for Tuesday, the 26th of September. And as we've seen, prices come down. Has not got all the way up to 1940 where the gap close would have been. I did identify in the previous videos there will likely be some turbulence, some resistance up to around the 1960 region to the upside on Euro-dollar. And that was correct. So as we can see here, especially on a 4-hour chart, we've got the low here, higher low, but we've broken it. And this was the 200 period moving average, which was providing support, it appears. But we've broken it to the downside. I particularly don't really use a 4-hour chart, which I'm just using it for illustration purposes here. So obviously we've broken below it. So my pivot for this week is 1910. Let's just have a look, see where we are. This week opened at 19, and 1910 I'm pretty sure is the monthly open. Let me just double check that just to make sure. 1910. It's 1909, but just say 1910. And let's go back down to the hourly. So 1910, that's the pivot I'm using this week. So if you trade below it, will be below the monthly open and below the weekly open, which is a bearish sign for me, even though that does somewhat is in contradiction with the overall trend, which is clearly to the upside. We've got 6 consecutive months of prices, with the only exception being last month closing near its highs, which is bullish overall in Euro-dollar. But as with all trends, you can expect pauses and pullbacks and so on. So it's pretty much not going to gain month after month after month without at least 1 month where we do have some bearish price action. So back down to the hourlies, and to the downside from the 1910, we were looking at, I don't think I mentioned this zone in the video, but it was already marked in the chart, 1830, and below that now, let's just see where we are. Now prices come down to 118.32, which is as good as reaching the 118.30 support. Now to the upside, we're looking possibly at resistance in and around the 1910, which is the monthly open. Obviously some early resistance might be at 19 where the week opened to the upside. Beyond that, we can see clearly the moving averages coming down to around about 1940. We then have these swings highs over here in and around 120 and 120.30. That's to the upside. That's the turbulence to the upside. Now, say we were not to get up to 1910, say we reversed downwards and we successfully broke this 1830 where we've bounced. Where would we expect price to likely find support again? So let's go looking for that. If I go onto the weekly time frame, and let's see where we are in relation, and let's get this chart scaled correctly, and let's just see if I zoom in a bit. Now all the way on a weekly time frame, like 116.12 might be a bit far away. Yeah, I would say, yeah, that's a bit far away. So in and around, we'll be looking at, let's just have a look at the daily actually on the weekly, because on the weekly you could be looking at 1750. Well, let's just have a look at the daily. Let's just see where we are in the daily. Alright, let's just have a look. That low there, so this low here, and that low was, oh, is that 1662? Wow, still quite a bit down, isn't it? Now 1662, and we've got the 1612. Now those are massive zones to operate within. Let's just go down to say the 4-hour time frame. Let's just see what we have down here. Let's see if there is anything we can identify. I thought I identified 1780 actually, and that was on a previous video, but now let's just, here I zoomed out a bit too much there. Let's just get this right. So we're at 1830. So this region here, before we broke out previously to the upside, let's just say we have this low here. Let's just get it right, just low over here. And that low would have been 1773. So in and around 1773, that's where we were before we broke out. Let's just say 1770. I suppose it initially pulled all the way back down there, didn't it? 1742. Let's just see what we are. Let's see where we are there. If we put it at 1773, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, isn't it? Because this is the low right there, 1662. So a conservative target would be 17. Let's just say 1770. Let's just say 1770 to the downside. So if we go to the hourly, let's just see where we are. So we've got the 1830 and change the scale. Below that, obviously the round number of 118 could possibly be a point where we bounce, but 1770 to the downside for further continuation. So euro dollar, I currently am bearish. LCS, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.